Hey guys, so this is a CS5 and let me just take you the what is CS5. Well, this is one of the biggest case study in out of seven case study, and let me just show you what is the uh, uh, official official document saying. So so this is CS5 and. They first said कि using transform family load the data in the S3 using FileZilla and then crawl you have to create a crawler in the glue database and we have to load the data in a Redshift. We have to check the data, verify the data using Athena, and then so many things. So let's just go into our easy chart. So this is a S3 data lake. So the thing is the data is in a S3 data lake. So I'll show you how it's actually looking like. So uh, it's opening and this is a data lake. So they give you this data lake. So there are a lot of tables in that data lakes, but we have to take a 10 tables, right? Limited selected table. So uh, we have to take the data using transform family and SFTP tools, which is FileZilla. We have to load in the S3 bucket. Now I'll show you the transfer family and the FileZilla. So so this is the transfer family, and in here I create the one server, and in the server I took SFTP protocol, and here we have to add the user. So I add the user and this is a SSH public key. Now the thing is how we generate the SSH public key. So I have a putty generator. This is a putty generator, and using putty generator you can click on load and it will generate this key, public key. We have to copy paste that and we have to here load that, right? So this is how I create the user and this is my transfer family, uh, and I'll show you the main part is the FileZilla. So where is the FileZilla? Okay, so this is the FileZilla. So I'll show you how we have to connect this thing. So yes, so this is new site. uh, yeah, this is new site, and this is SFTP protocol, and then right side it's endpoint host name, this one, and then this is my credential. Now here in a uh, credential you have to give your private key. In private key, how you do that, like you have to save the private key from here and then you have to load in the FileZilla, and then it will connect you to the server. So now the server is disconnected, but let's just connect again, right? So after few minutes or few hours, it will disconnect. You have to connect and then you have to activate. So let's just connect, and then uh, yep, it's connected. You can see this side is left side is our machine, and the right side is our S3 bucket, which is a MCS5. I'll show you my bucket. So you just have the clarity. So you can see that this one, MCS5. This is my bucket. So now let's just do one thing. Let's just transfer the file, right? So let's just transfer the static data, the static file, right? So if we take from here and we load it, sorry, we take it from here and What is happening? Okay, so this is CS file and a static file, and I just drop and drag here. So you can see that uh, yeah. So last time transfer is this one, and then the static data you can see, and the file transfer successfully. So this transfer family is very fast and very secure. You can transfer a lot of data within a second. Now let's just check the the this one, the static data set, is it in the S3 bucket or not. So let's just go in S3 CS5, which is my bucket, and uh, we just refresh. Okay. Yeah, it's here basically. Well, I just give some mistaken location, so it will land it here. But yeah, you have to be careful which folder you want to land in. So this is CSV file, and this is all the the files uh, for tables. So yeah, so let's just check what we done as of now. So for this to this, we done from from S3 bucket till done. So yeah, from this to this is done. Now we have to check using Athena, the data is coming or not, right? So before for recording, I loaded some tables in that for just verifying whether this pipeline is working or not. So let's just go to Athena, and then this is the Athena, Amazon query Athena. And let's just query the data. So this is catalog, and then CS5. Now here I have one table. Previously I loaded the data USDT. So let's just check the data is there or not. So if I preview the table, right? So yes, it's completed, and it's giving me the data in that this all data, states, FIPS, cases, and that's this all records, survey record. So as of now we done with this phase, this phase. Now we have to come our most interesting part, which is the blue and the red shift. Now you know if you check in the whole document, uh, it's given the dimensional model and source model. So if we check in the the file what is actually in the file, so I'll show you. This is the dimensional table, and it's very messy, or you don't know which table is joined where, or it's complicated to understand because it's a whole. Imagine it contained into the PDF, so you don't understand, right? So what I did is here. For ease of explanation, I just create myself all the dimensional tables, uh, the chart, architecture diagram. So yeah, these are all our connection, the US county, US states, US daily, and that all are connected with the the arrows are going on. And if you see the total table, 1 2 3 4 5 6 and then 7 8 9 10 10 total table is total. So what we have to do is like we have to create dimension table in the Redshift database, and then we have to load it all the data in the Redshift, right? So uh, what I did is here in the Redshift cluster, I create the database, and then in database, uh, uh, actually, so I create the 10 dimensional tables, right? Which is the thing is it's so much a hectic thing, you have to create manually, and there are lot of columns in a one table, like 30 to 40, so you have to be very careful with that things, the data types and all the things. So let me just show you the schema. Then this is a database and a public schema, and then you can see, these 10 tables, this one, left side. So you can see the country code, all the tables I created here, right? So if you check the US states, right, this one. So this is date, the date, the columns and the data types. So this is 10 tables as per said, in the main file. So they said 10 tables, right? So 10 source table. So I created the table in the Redshift. Now, what we have to do is, let's just go the our main part. So it's a glue, and the date shift. So we have to create a glue job, and that glue job will be triggered using Lambda. So as soon as the file is loaded in S3, so Lambda will be triggered. Sorry, it's my mistake. I didn't take Lambda in the picture, but as a so Lambda is in the picture. So yep. So as soon as the file go loaded in the, you know and then Lambda will trigger, and then that the Lambda uh, trigger the job, right? So yeah, I'll show you the Lambda code which will trigger the glue job. But first let me just the take forward to what is glue, right? So in glue I create the jobs. Basically what jobs is doing, like take the data from source and landed in the destination, right? So this is CS5. I create the job, so this is the bucket source, and this is giving the output schema, and then in between you can apply transformation, which is mapping logic. But here we don't do anything. We just load the data in the Redshift. Now the thing is, one thing I just forget to tell you. When you do this thing, you have to create a connection, right? So what is the connection? Let me just show you. So when you create the cluster, you have the password and the username. You have to create the connection in the glue, which is CS6. I create the connection, and then uh, you know, so it's connected with our jobs. It is contains the URL, JDBC URL, and then all the password and all things, which is I actually tested. So this is CS5 successfully connected. You have to test the connection whether it is working or not. So which is done. Now let's just come back to our jobs. Yes, here. So this is S3 is a source, and Amazon Redshift is our target, and then it will show you the the outcome, data types or schema, and then the job details here. It I give the name CS5, and then you yeah, one major thing is when you do all the things with major pipeline, you have to be very careful with the IAM policy role, right? Otherwise it will deny the permission. So this is the script, glue pacepack script is generated automatic by it, and then this visual representation. So yeah, so when we run this thing, so I ran couple of minutes before and it succeeded. It will take time because it spin the cluster and then create all the things schema and fetch the schema. It will take time. So I create it succeeded. So let's just check the Redshift database whether it is whether it is data is loaded or not. But first we'll check what will take, and so S3 will we took the US state data, which is here, this one, US states, and it's a JSON format, and then we loaded in the our public schema on US states table, which I created using time instance table. So let's just check the data is coming or not, right? So here let's just write the query, select the star from US sits, right? And then if I run it, so yeah, it will give you the the result. You can see the 100 result, data, states, fips, cases, which all showing in the the schema which were in glue jobs. So which is very wonderful, it's create the automated thing. The job is basically doing automate the thing, you don't have to do anything, right? So yeah, this is correct, this is working fine. But now what our goal is to trigger the lambda. We don't want to run the job manually. We want to doing automatic thing, like the loaded the file in the S3. As soon as it is loaded, it will trigger the lambda, and lambda will trigger the job, a glue job, right? So this is the CS5 lambda trigger code. I write it, and then the code is basically saying the import boto 3, and then it's basically trigger function. I give the trigger S3 trigger here, particularly the bucket, MCS5, which we are working on right now. And the code is basically said key as soon as the file is loaded, the fit the information of the file, and then run the the start the boto 3 client using glue, and start the job. And here I give my job name, uh, yes, county population. Now this is the second job I created to trying the things. So we will check. So here uh, I'll show you the this job, right? So you don't confuse. So this is the county population job we are uh, doing. So this is county population, and then uh, yes, this is county population, and we what we did here is, like, when this file is loaded, uh, so the lambda will trigger automatically, and it will uh, run the job. So if we see run, so first time it's failed, because see, when you do the jobs, you have to be very careful with the data types, the source data type and target data type. So here it's failed because my mistake, the schema type. But after, you can see the 6 o'clock, it's successfully run, right? It triggered, and we'll check the lambda logs, right? So sorry, so we'll check the logs, whether it generating the, whether it is running the job or not. So we go to CloudWatch logs, and then we'll check there whether this is running or not, right? So we go to latest our uh, what is called logs, and here you can see, right? So this is the information it will give, the HTTP status is 200, that means successful. And it will give the date and time which the job is running, uh, job will start. So basically it's saying that your job will start, glue job. So yeah, congratulations. So now our thing is, let's just check the data in the Redshift. So let's just give the same command. Select data from what was that, county population, right? So population. See guys, it's not like this presentation I'm doing in one shot. Like behind this presentation, I it will took a lot of trial and error, and then come to final presentation, and then main to maintain this pipeline is very hard, because you have to take care of so much elements, and it's so much things are attached to in that, right? So yeah, let's just check, select data from county population, and it's running. and voila, it's good. Yeah, so we check the data, see ID1, ID2, and then county, and then states, Alaska, Alabama, which is US state, the population, and then ID string. So that's amazing. The lambda will trigger the our glue job. So let's just go to our back diagram. So this will done, glue is job done, and the redshift thing is done. So our most of the major goal is our completed. Uh, so 10 table is 10 dimension table is I show you, right? So this is the thing. It complete our fifth assignment, fifth case study. So we'll go further in that. So first step is saying load the data using FileZilla, using file transfer, which is done. I'll show you. Second thing is showing the using crawler, do the data, which I'll show you. Well, I didn't show you the crawler, right? Glue crawler. Let me just show you the blue crawler, because without that you can't show the data in Athena, right? So let me just take you data catalog. In data catalog, I create the database, and then this is cs5, and it will so let it just go to crawlers. So this s3 glue crawler is take the data from s3 and load it in the data catalog database, which is a glue database, which is completed, and one table changes, one table created, so which is created on few minutes back. And let me just show you the table. This is US table, and then this is our column name, data types, and then all the this index and partition thing. But we are doing schema, so we are just take on look at that. So yeah, this is crawler, and this is very you know great way to using the hands on the crawler, because it's very important in the S3 thing or glue thing, right? So yeah, the second step is done, and we also check that, verify the data using Athena. The preview table, preview data inter table I show you. We create the financial dimension table in the Redshift. I show you that I create the 10 table, right? And I show you the jobs, create the jobs, and loaded the data into dimension table. Step 5 is done. Now I also show you to create the lambda function and create the trigger the glue job as soon as the file loaded in S3. I'll show you the lambda code and how it's triggered, right? And step 4 is like do the query and make the recording, which is we are do did right now. And yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. And I know this video is recording is uh, very long, but it's very useful. And yeah, thank you so much and have a good day. And if you have any query, then you will comment me down, and you will ask me. So thank you so much. Good day. Bye.